Peter and John were still speaking to the people when some priests, the officer in charge of the temple guards, and some Sadducees arrived. They were annoyed because the two apostles were teaching the people that Jesus had risen from the dead, which proved that the dead will rise to life. So they arrested them and put them in jail until the next day, since it was already late. But many who heard the message believed, and the number of people grew to about 5,000. The next day, the Jewish leaders, the elders, and the teachers of the law gathered in Jerusalem. They met with the high priest Annas and with Caiaphas, John, Alexander, and the other priests who belonged to the high priest's family. And they made the apostles stand before them and asked them, "How did you do this? What power do you have? Or whose name did you use?" Well, wherever we proclaim the gospel and live out the gospel values, the world is definitely going to push back. And even today, there are people who will look at us and say, "Why do you believe what you believe? You know, are you perfect? Is your church perfect?" Well, no, nobody's perfect except the Lord himself. Yet with all our faults and with all our failings, we must persevere in proclaiming the gospel. And as long as people are there who need the message, we must proclaim it. Yes, there'll be resistance. In fact, resistance to our lives as Christians is probably a good way of knowing if we're really living out those values. If we're not getting any resistance at all, the chances are we're really not probably living those values very strongly. So don't be afraid of pushback. Don't be afraid of people confronting us. Rejoice, because it means that we're truly living out our faith.